Not much. So what I've been doing here lately is I've been trying to build out this coffee brand. Unique, right? I've been kind of working on it for a little while, and I was like, how could I do that? How could I make something unique? And then I thought, what I do day to day is, I'm an engineer, right? So we all kind of know what that entails, right? Frameworks that we use, and a lot of times we'll just test out things in a lab environment before we try. Well,
Right.
Trying to build out this coffee brand, I realized even though I see the if the ideas had any viability.
Right. Yeah, you got
So, and I realized that like other people might have the same problem.
right.
So I thought, all right, what if?
Create something to solve problems. That's business 101, right?
Absolutely. Find the problem. I'm trying to give away that framework of all right, how do we do this? How do you come up with something?
Right.
And then it kind of came to me that unlike traditional lab, you have your resources. You can say, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do today. You might get a CBT Nuggets video, listen to Keith Barker, right? All right, you can just kind of follow along with him. But I think in the business, well, I was like, all right, well, and I think some of their information is good. I mean, at least it sounds good. Distill down what we can say. All right, well, this might be factual. This is true. Come up with a hypothesis and really lab these things out. And then,
Yeah, the synergy. Because if your business idea works with my business idea, then us working together builds our brand and makes us more money. Right.
What I think is like most unique about businesses is the why. Like, why was this business started?
Any viable business has to solve a problem. So, if you think you're good at solving that problem, then you'll, you know, be the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. It's this idea that you solve your own.
Absolutely.
I think I think I think we might have this licked. We might have this licked. So I'm giving away that solution. That is yours. I do have it for sale on the website. That's only because digital thing, right? So I could just send that to you guys. It's yours. I want some feedback. Let me know if it works. If it doesn't, we'll check back in from time to time. Let you know what we're working on. There's a players group chat on the website. Teammates, all right, because you're going to want to collaborate.
Absolutely.
So,
But definitely something something we had never tried before.
awesome.
For soap product.
Soap products. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, playing the game, I pulled a card for So we went through that, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, cool. So What makes you interested in doing business?
Well, financial freedom, the biggest goal, right, is uh, once you've established a business and you have worked hard at it, that you've made a great product or a service, take that away from you. And if you did it well, it pays you dividends far into the future.
Uh, Absolutely. That's from working, right? Because
Yeah. Cool. I think business, if you do it well, you gain stuff from school, you gain stuff from uh, is unique to you because, like, there's like about 50 burger restaurants out there. So if you're gonna make a new burger, it's you're gonna try to get something in that space.
Mr. Beast, right? So
Yeah,
he he has a burger.
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Beach burger.
yeah, and he's making.
Right.
He doesn't, he doesn't have employees that are making the burger,
Right.
right? He doesn't license a recipe
Yeah.
and it prints. So, you know, product, right? You have to build community around it. But you can only do that by why are we making this burger? All right. And,
Hmm.
and who are we making it for? Um, if you're able to answer those questions, and if you're willing to just go, right? If your why is strong enough, you'll go through whatever pain it takes for you to bring. I think it's better with a team. Well, everything's better with a team, right? Because
Yeah.
um, there's so many things that are moving at the same time. However, I do have an educational product. Um, I've been an instructor for like 7 years, training the forces in NCO's job. So I understand instruction. However, that's not my play. It'd be excellent if I could partner with the school or um, current coffee houses, right? We're like, hey, we'll host a game night, um, or it's just several episodes so that you can focus on your strengths and um, the partner can kind of focus on theirs. Because what I've noticed, just going, absolutely, absolutely. But then when you realize, like, Jeff Bezos owns like 13% of Amazon, Elon owns like 13% of like Tesla, right? Right.
Exactly.
Uh,
And just like you were saying with Mr. Beast, how he licensed that burger business that he was doing, like he just that's how it grew over the country of the world like rapidly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's there's 100 people in every city that wants to do something, right? Um,
Yeah.
and what I've noticed is uh, 10, 12, 16 hours sometimes, right? Depends on the demands of your job, but that's reality.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna go to this meetup or something like that, right? You just won't have the time or the bandwidth to do it next week or so on and so forth.
Yeah. I got
Um,
kids I gotta take care of, I gotta cook dinner, tons of things.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But and you could just play it an hour a week, right?
Yeah.
But you work with someone or you play the game with people you enjoy.
When me and the family we played it, yeah, we played for a couple of hours and it like taught us like where me and Tamara kind of already knew to understand like, okay, well this is marketing strategy. Like who are you going to market? Like in my case, like those soaps. Who are you going to market it to? And where are you going to sell it at, and I think it was good for uh, definitely training someone how uh, these these things work, and then teach the kids like, okay, well, this is um, some of the things that you'll need to know to make this business work. So it was pretty cool like that.
If I recommend a book or give someone a book, due to like real life, I don't think people are going to have time to want to conclude it. But if it's a game, then it kind of just like, it kind of sparks your curiosity. It's like, well, how do we play the game? Right? And
Yeah. But it's all good because that's kind of the part you're doing. That's what you can learn. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, somebody could be literally teaching you the keys to the kingdom, and you'll not.
I learned, right? It's like I played a poker game. It was, the environment wasn't like, we were in a rough area, but we played a poker game, right? Just kind of like, but like, what happened was I noticed like a lot of people, well, what type of poker are we playing here?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And I was like getting like, uh, but what I realized was these guys, the whole purpose of the game wasn't to play the game of poker. The purpose of the game was to enjoy the game. So like if one person is completely winning and dominating the game, because we're playing the
Yeah.
game as a distraction, right? Just kind of like approach a lot of different things, right? Not It's not necessarily playing to win, like especially in what I've gathered from this whole business thing, right? Evaluating their marketing and what markets they're in, and then how they've been a dominant player for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there used to be this thing where so so Coca-Cola had this great idea. It's like, hey, we're going to change our formula so we can win these taste like another product, right?
Yeah, new Coke. Nobody loved it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Because what they found out by switching back was,
Right.
over the long term, a Pepsi's too sweet for you to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm an addict, man. I know.
One of them to overtake or like copy the other too heavily.
Right.
Right. Reason being is that Pepsi's opens up a new market.
Yeah.
So
Because they are different. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But they both still exist. So I think that's the better approach. Just stay in the game.
Right.
Uh, invest large amounts of capital, go in debt, and all this other good stuff to like start or do anything. I don't think so. I don't think
So the 12-volt platform that's been like the mainstay for decades, right? And then after they showed that they did it, they then download, and I know Ford downloaded it, and they said this is exactly how you make a 48-volt system in an automobile. I don't even think it has to be EV. It's just per truck. So like the window motors that bring the windows up and down, that has to be adjusted for a 48-volt system. The power seats has to be a 48-volt motor. So, be able to make a cheaper vehicle, but because Tesla knows it's not going to be the only car company out there. It knows it'll be able to sell for the same price because to the customer, what's different?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think
Charging system, they just started doing that now. So like, I think in 2 years, most all automobiles will be using a company as disruptive as them isn't holding on to the IP that they're sharing it. I think it shows that it can be a great thing to.
absolutely, absolutely, because EV adoption is good for Tesla, right? So it doesn't matter if this will happen is if there's another player that enters the space, right, and they make an
Right.
EV and it is subpar, the customer buys it, their next vehicle, because everybody I know that has a Tesla loves having a Tesla.
I do. Marketing too, because they don't have a marketing company. They don't have a marketing division or any of that stuff. They just simply do a good job, so their customers generally will bring them up. The charging thing, whenever a Ford truck pulls up to a Tesla charger, the customer is going to be like, "Hey, I'm still at a Tesla charger." Like,
But absolutely, absolutely. This is 0 to 1 right there. I think being products centered,
yeah,
so that
iteration after iteration.
iteration after iteration, absolutely. And then like keeping so that you got to build the things that your customers want, right? Or lean into those things, right? Because I particularly don't like.
Absolutely. Like I love Pepsi because it does taste better, but I don't buy Pepsi. I buy Coke because it's too sweet. I can thought about it till you mentioned it. Like, yeah, that is true.
Oh yeah, but Pepsi's you're talking about good stuff. I like it. What do you think about Pepsi?
Uh, they own half the soda market, and Coca-Cola owns the other half. So if you own stock in both, I mean, you can't help but win, right?
Yeah, yeah. uh, yeah. Pepsi owns Fritos as well, like the
Yeah,
Lay's,
yeah,
Frito
sure.
Lay's.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're a monster.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. That's,
yeah,
yeah, I mean that's vertical.
yeah. And companies like Apple and Tesla who vertically integrate, like once they've got their process now, again, I'm really feeling like I'm Tesla shield right now. Jesus, but I know a lot about this are actually the highest on the market, and they could drop it down to like what Toyota sells their cars at, or $4,000 or more. And if they did that, then nobody would buy the other vehicles. Those companies would literally start tremendously hurting. Like, I'm not saying they put them out of business. I am so they're willing to take some loss to finally catch up. So if Tesla went ahead and dropped their Model Y down another $5,000 now, you know, it Ford couldn't compete with that, right? So, you know, when you vertically integrate, you're able to keep your costs down, your manufacturing, you're able to control your products better. It's really,
I mean, that's like for new entrants, right? Like great, just coming into the market, but as an established player, play all the games you want. Because like starting this coffee brand, right?
Right.
If I try and compete with Great Value coffee brand, uh, I knew I wouldn't be able to beat them on the price at all.
Absolutely not.
But I could potentially beat them on value. That the extra $1 or $2 they'll be willing to pay.
Absolutely.
And then I have to offer that problem. So thus far, the brand, right? It's Build Your Wolfpack, right?
Yeah.
The reason why um, have a conversation into day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't really have to go or go whatever to get in the proper environment. You just bring the environment with you, right? Because
Right.
the game itself is a coffee table game, right? Because 0-1, I'm the only person that makes coffee table games. You know what I'm saying? I write coffee table books, you know? But they're all themed around a certain thing, right? Because when you see the brand,
Right.
because I think that'd be cool. That's way more likely to happen than someone that works, 12, right? Because they're going to want to spend that time with people they enjoy doing something they enjoy,
Absolutely.
right?
Actually do a business with. So yeah. If you can do a trial run, with the Wolfpack game, take that gamified uh uh framework and then say, okay, well now I know where my friends or my family are.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think everyone has a role to play. Like it is all about people, right? Um, a lot of times the why influences what you build, like people you enjoy. Um, that's like a superpower that we rarely get a chance to tap into, right? 9 times out of 10, you're with your friends and family. You're just like, you'll watch a movie or you'll play games. In theoretical conversations about this, that, and the other.
Yep.
But very rarely do you get in conversations like, hey, I'm building this. Eventually, you'll meet that Nash equilibrium where you're building with each other, right? Because it doesn't have to over time. You just introduce the conversation like, hey, this is what I'm building, right? Because you talk to these people on a regular basis. They know what's going on in your life. They're part of your life at the beginning, right? Because it's your vision. I can't see through your eyes, right?
Right. Yes.
There's clarity that comes. Once you get to that point, you won't have that issue of like not finding. I think we'll be able to do it. I think we'll be able to do
Absolutely.
it. So, when's the next time you're playing the game?
Maybe we'll try to give it a shot this weekend. Get some more feedback for you, let you know how things are going.
Oh, awesome. Definitely.
As long as the YouTube world picks up and runs with the ball, then we'll know we're doing great.
Sure.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. If anybody starts watching this and wants to jump in the comments and say, hey, I'd be down for that.
Cool. Yeah, me too. I think so. Like we'll keep it up into this game so that we can actually have players in the game. It'll benefit them, you know. And I think
A seminar for people that are trying to learn business, or trying to learn some of these techniques, because said not trying to be working for somebody else for their whole life. We've made those mistakes, and we're trying to move on to something greater than that. And that parents should maybe be interested in this game and give it a shot, but also like people that are them as well. It kind of reminds me of like Robert Kiyosaki's uh, books and his rat race game. This is something completely different. So definitely people should give it a shot. But just like Kiyosaki does a good job of, I think, explaining business, like what 100 something cards. So there's tons of different businesses ideas in that. It's way more expansive.
absolutely. Forces, they think you got to cut some grass, right? But I was talking to a friend of mine that lives in California.
Okay.
And, they don't have any grass. They pull that card. And like, okay, let's do some market research. What are you looking at doing? You do some pressure washing, right? Maybe you have some hedges. I don't know. But
these rocks need to be swept off. Private go get that broom, sweep these rocks.
yeah, you got to put the lines in the sand, man. Everything's got to be just right. Absolutely.
Well, good old days.
You learn so many things, and the importance of getting things done. That's what I've gained from the military. What I need to get it done, and then you get it done.
That's it. They give you a task. Once you succeed, so they're going to hold consequence to you one way or another.
Absolutely. Good old days. I'm still ready to go. I'm still trained to go. We can still get this done. But yeah, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I think so, man. It was cool. It was cool. Yeah, for YouTube, we're not playing this. This was concocted like 20 minutes ago before the stream went up. So.
So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it seems like the time just kind of went by. So.
Hey, that's how you know you got good collaboration. So, and that's
absolutely. I mean, I based it on game theory, right? So it's literally a game. It's fun. It's fun because once you look at things as a game, once you're able to play it as a game, you understand. World of IT, I can just kind of visualize everything that needs to be done for like most projects. Just as soon as I get there. But for businesses, it just seems like it's so like, how do you do this? But now that I think I have a really good understanding, just turn it into the game. It's like, oh yeah. All right, man.
appreciate